Tonight, one church community is grieving the loss of 4 of its members after a terrible 3-car crash yesterday evening. In a matter of moments, the Keeler Baptist Church family in Van Buren County lost the pastor's wife, the church pianist, and 2 active members of their church family. Through it all, the pastor made his way to the pulpit and fielded the many questions about what happened and why God would allow for such a tragedy.
I waited and waited for them. I couldn't get no answer from their phones.
Normally, it's his role to comfort the church family during the hardest of times. And today, he was square in the middle of it.
It was hard to try to deal with it when it's just your wife, but then when you realize it's all 4 of them, you know, and all at one time.
Among the 4 people killed in this Saturday evening crash was his wife of more than 3 decades.
There's things in this life that we have no control over.
Today's service at the Keeler General Baptist Church felt a little bit emptier as some of the churchgoers learned the news for the first time that they'd lost so much so quickly.
We basically just know that we have to live our faith. You know, we preach about it, we talk about it, but it's no good if you can't live it.
Police say the 3-car crash happened as the Buick carrying the victims traveled south on County Road 687. The driver of a van heading east on 68th Avenue was unable to stop and hit the victim's car, causing it to spin into the path of a pickup truck. All of the women were pronounced dead at the scene. Others were not seriously injured. The victims were headed back from a dinner outing in Indiana, about a mile away from their destination, we're told.
They were some of our leading ladies when it came to praying.
Celeste Phillips was driving. She was 67 years old, and his sister.
It's like living a nightmare right now. I think that this doesn't happen.
Luann Holcomb was 56 years old, anxiously awaiting the birth of a new grandchild. She was his wife.
Well, that was her thing, is when she'd walk through the door, she'd raise her hands, say hallelujah. So they called her the Hallelujah Girl.
Charlotte Sieber was 51, the church pianist.
She's a worker, she's a giver, she served without hesitation.
And Catherine Maya was his wife, best friend, and mother of 3.
God would get us all through this together. It's hard at first, and it's going to be harder later on, but by God's grace, we're going to get through this time and rejoicing that they're not only together, but they're together with God.
Funeral arrangements have not yet been finalized. Police say they'll forward the crash reports to the prosecutor to determine whether or not charges will be filed in the case.